Hey everybody, Scout Crafty here again. It's Mishmash Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We got a lot planned today. You know, I had a whole video already shot and in the can, and then the mail came today and I deleted the whole video because of what came in the mail today. We're going to get to in a little while. Couple things going on. I have to make these videos now. It's actually Saturday because tomorrow we're expecting a hurricane that's supposedly coming directly towards my house, which is always exciting, huh? And so I wanted to get these two videos out ahead of time. And also Wednesday, this Wednesday, we're having our tool, hopefully, if everything goes okay, our tool meet over at the Frank Brush Barn in Smithtown. So if you're anywhere near Long Island, if you feel like doing something between 6 and 8 p.m., we will be there. And it's always a nice trip. But like I said, I got a box in the mail from my good friend Ben. Let's go check it out right now. Lots to do. So today I go out on my porch and I see this box there, and I see it's from my buddy Ben, the Tool Addict, a good friend of mine. Ben is he's an Instagram superstar now with almost 6,500 followers. The guy's just blowing up on Instagram. He and we all know him as, like I said, the Tool Addict on both Instagram and YouTube. He also is known as the Bahco man because he's a big collector of Bahco. And so I see this box, and even though I put out the disclaimer that please don't send me any more stuff, Ben had told me a long time ago he was going to send this to me. So it's obviously, and it's a shame because actually last year Ben sent me even a bigger box of stuff, and it was stolen in the mail, and you know, that put a sour note in our mouths. But Ben is such a great guy. Let me show you what he sent, the coolest stuff. Now look at this awesome stuff that Ben sent over, and I'm so appreciative. First of all, he sent me one of his new stickers here, the Tool Addict, you know. But he also was nice enough to send me, because I don't get in touch with a lot of YouTubers as he does, and he sent me some of the other YouTube that they sent him additional stuff, like Jack Shed. Jack Shed, you got to subscribe to him. Great channel. Jack finds all kinds of great stuff. Little Restorers, you know, been following them for a long time. They do great stuff, great restorations on YouTube. And also Rosie's Restorations, and you can see here the RR, you know, but she does fantastic work too. So thanks so much for the stickers, Ben. Let's get to the great tools. Okay, first off, this is a tool that he sent, because when I saw it on his channel, I said, boy, that'd be an interesting tool to try and copy and make one to fabricate, because it doesn't look like a hard tool to make, right? And I said, I'm wondering if I could make one of these, you know, when this winter, when I get more into machining, I said, I'd like to make a copy or something, like, because you see how that works. It's just, the only action is a bolt that's screwed in there. And you can see here, it's all the way through when they cut off the top. I think I can make this, right? So he said, yeah, he would like to see that. So that's why he sent that. A King Dick and a miniature one. And this one here is in beautiful shape, except for, you see the staining coming up because it's blued. And it, you know, the bluing is a funny thing. Bluing is not a great protector. I don't know where people get the idea that if you blue something, it's like you know, puts a protective coating on. It doesn't. It actually, what it does is it starts a little bit of a rusting process that, you know, you're fighting it from within or whatever, but it's a lot of blued surfaces like black oxide will rust faster than, you know, many other coatings, you know, almost equivalent to having no coating at all. So, but that's, other than that, it's in beautiful, beautiful shape. And if we can just get off that surface stain, this would be a nice little wrench. Beautiful, right? These wire cutters. Now, they look like NOS, New Old Stock, and you could see here, cutters, wire. It's a military cutters, probably got the broad arrow on there somewhere. And you can see how this works. They're a little tight because these things were shipped and stored with Cosmoline. Cosmoline tends to gum up and make everything, and a little spray of 50/50, and these things can't wait to get to them. That's going to be a fun project. Here, Ben said he was going to send me this This is a Bahco, and what we find so interesting about these Bahco pliers, they're like they're parrot bill pliers, adjustable. You can see how they work, you know, very nicely made. Bahco is, you know, I don't even have to tell you how nice. We don't see much of it over here, but this is what's so interesting is how they put the Bahco name on the grips. Can you see? It's hard to see a little bit because we're gonna, but you can see the BAHCO. Can you see that? We're gonna clean these up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Somebody stamped his name in there, A.W. Lindell, and just beautiful, huh? We're looking forward to doing that. He also was nice enough to send, this is from Alex, my buddy Alex Schoenberg, and he sent this over. This is going to be a fun restaurant. Look at that cool, look at that cool insignia, huh? And you can see, now this is a tough one. This is really a difficult one to do because you don't want to lose any of that lettering, but you want to get down. There's no real pitting, but you see the bluing, some of the bluing is coming off, and somebody marked it here with 34. That's Roman numerals, right? Anyway, really nice. Alex, thank you so much for that. And then look at this. This was, to me, this is the cat's pajamas right here. This is you could see here that the DRGM, that means that's a German patent. But this is a hack knife, but it's a solid all steel hack knife. And look at that. And it's got, you know, the chisel tip that you could get in there. This would be a fantastic, like, survival every day. It's got a beautiful convex grind in here, which is super strong. It's got the little flat back that you can use it to, you know, if you had to bang in, wedge it between some. I'm loving this. This is what I want to do today. This is what we're going to do today. I'm crazy about this tool. So this we're going to do today. But then he sent one more item, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. And this is the the best item of the whole lot. And if some of you will get the joke, I know Ben is laughing right now. He's smiling right back there in the UK because he knows that anytime anybody ever, you know, I collect a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people ask me, they say, is there anything you don't collect? And I always joke. I say, yeah, Beanie Babies, you know, because we went through this at one time about how these were quite a collectible at one time, and then they kind of dropped out of the, you know, and a lot of people, they were Beanie Babies selling for $1,200, and people were buying thinking that it was going to be the next big collectible, and then it just overnight, they dropped out, and now you can't give these things away. However, so Ben writes this letter. He says, I know how much you love collectibles, so when I saw this, I thought of you right away. So look at this. It's the Beanie Baby, and this one's called the Spangle, and it's got the, you know, it has like a hologram, because I guess to get the whole collectible thing, you have to put something that people can't copy, so they put this hologram label on so that it was official. You know, that's another thing that gets me, is the certificate of authenticity. Because if you're going to go through the trouble and reproduce or, you know, make something that is a copy and not the original, why wouldn't you make a copy of a certificate of authenticity? That always drove me nuts, that people think, well, I got this certificate, it's real. But this is indeed a real Thai Beanie Baby, and see? I do thank you, Ben. This is going to be our shop mascot because of look. He's red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes. How could you not love that? This is my favorite item of the box, Ben. You might have started me collecting these. Okay, for today's project, let's take this over to the wire brush real quick and get the inside here. Oh, this is such a lovely. Oh, can't wait to get here. We're on a post-wire brush evaluation. Now, when you're going to wire brush something like this, all this is going to be hit with a grinder, the belt sander. There's no sense in wasting your wire brush on this, okay? Here's what you get with the wire brush, all inside here, because you can't do that with anything else but the wire brush. So we got all that here taken down to the original casting here. You could see, even in here along the edges, you can't do nothing in there, you know? But as far as this forge here, these big forge lines, you know, here, in the top, the bottom, you know, we're going to make it real comfortable in the hand. This over here, and I'll tell you, because I do use a hack knife quite a bit, and I'll show you what for later. This got to be rounded over. This here, this chisel tip here, it's a little bit of a, you know, we're going fix it up just a little bit, grind it down a little bit, and keep this convex. This is just such a beauty, isn't it? Can't wait to get started. Let's do it. Now, you've been working on the knife for like 20 minutes and you got these deep pits in there and you're like, I don't want to take off too much metal. Don't just listen. Do not listen to that voice in your head. Keep going. You'll see. Okay, we're almost down to a mirror finish, but I had to thin out the blade a little bit. I think I went a little too far. I'm just kidding, of course. Okay, here is what we did. And you can see that's just with the flap disc, okay? You can see now it's not perfect, but it's just with the flap disc, and we got out all the pits. Still have plenty of thickness there. Down, it kept the same profile. Now we're going to finish it up on the belt sander, but we want to get this angle. We want to get the angle. We want to get the top now, and that we're going to use the Stanley 700 corner vise. Now, you know my favorite part. Remember what Ben's hack knife looked like before we started. And we're calling this project done. Let's take a look at this absolutely beautiful, beautiful hack knife. And let's take a look what we did at the blade. Now, I took all the pits out. I left it. It always had kind of a cross grind to it, and that's fine because that's what these are used for. I could have taken it down to a mirror finish, but I didn't. I just did a nice, you know, clean up on here. It's not super sharp, but it's definitely sharp enough. Kept all the profiles correct the way they were. You see that there? Fixed everything up so you can wedge. You don't want this too thin, this tip. You don't want it snapping off. Let's take a look at the back here. Look at that, huh? Look at that. Is that not beautiful in your hand now? And the rear of the wrench, you know, obviously we always like doing that. Look at that. Now, what I did to get this color in here is I flooded it with black paint and then I wiped the black paint out. So it left it looks like an industrial gray. You know, this is what these, doesn't that look nice? I mean, I think it looks classy as heck. And let me show you how this works because that's what it's made for. You know, it's made to do some serious work. Now you're in the field, you want to do an expedient cut on a piece of rope. Just wrap some tape around a piece of rope and you give it a whack. And I mean, you could cut through anything. You could split wood with this. A lot of times you want to make kindling. Now here's a piece of hickory. You want to make some kindling or something. Again, it's just a quick tap on there and it'll split it right down the grain. The beauty of you could split and make a ton of kindling in no time at all. And once you get down to this, if you were using pine or something, you wouldn't even have to use a soft blow. You could just use your hand like that to split it down because we softened the back of the knife. And that's what I use these for a lot. You know, I love these things. They're great. Now, like I said, you could use these for so many things. You know, you can use it to chisel in, to pry a door open or something because it is thick enough. It's not going to bend on you. It's a great steel. You know, you can, like I said, you can use it as a fro. You can use it to shave down because it's sharp enough to do it, but not sharp enough that you're going to cut yourself if you accidentally hold the tip. These are just fantastic. I did a video on hack knives. They're just wonderful. And this is by far my absolute favorite. It is beyond beautiful. Ben, thank you so much. So at lunchtime, I go upstairs and I put the video together to see how long I'm running. And, you know, like I said, I always have to cut out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes on the cutting room floor. But I was looking at, and I said, let me throw in a photo of Ben's Beanie Baby from eBay, you know. Look, look what I found on eBay for that Beanie Baby. Now remember, this is not indicative of what they are selling for. That's just what people are asking. Who knows what they if they even sell, but this is probably one of those Beanie Babies that were extremely expensive. Ben, I don't even think Ben knew. Ben, if you want, I'll send it back. I don't even think you knew what you had there. And it's amazing. But anyway, special thanks to Ben. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Alex for that wrench. We'll get to that soon. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. And I hope to be back on the air Wednesday with another video that I'm going to try and make tomorrow morning before the storm comes in. If not, you'll know I was washed away to sea, and look for me in a bottle somewhere on the shore. Take care now. Bye-bye.